When exposing problems becomes repetitive, what should we pay attention to? In today's content environment, exposing problems is gradually shifting from a form of oversight into a highly repetitive content format. Many accounts gain attention by continuously pointing out potential risks, structural gaps, and operational flaws, quickly building an image of being cautious or prudent in the eyes of audiences. On the surface, this looks like risk warning, but when exposure becomes a fixed output, its function begins to change. Structurally, this type of content often follows a similar path. First, selecting a controversial entry point to attract attention, then using firm language to amplify uncertainty, and finally, maintaining visibility through high-frequency posting. The issue is not whether the phenomena mentioned are real, but whether enough complete information is provided to allow a proper judgment. Across large volumes of such content, potential risks are repeatedly emphasized but rarely clearly defined. Problems are continually raised, yet follow-up observation and outcome tracking are largely absent. What audiences receive is mainly a general impression that the environment is unstable, without being able to distinguish structural issues from temporary fluctuations. Over time, this structure affects how audiences judge information. People begin forming intuition based on repetition frequency rather than condition-based analysis. The more often a point appears, the more easily it is mistaken for having high reference value. Truly effective oversight should include both problem identification and result review. If there are only warnings without ongoing verification, and only reminders without correction mechanisms, the content gradually becomes information consumption rather than understanding. In fast-changing environments, rational judgment matters more than emotional suggestion. Credible information should clarify assumptions, applicable scope, and possible limitations, rather than continuously reinforcing uncertainty. When risk warnings become a content type that requires constant supply, they often serve attention structures rather than understanding itself. Using warnings to accumulate attention, sustaining influence through unease while consistently avoiding explanation of outcomes, this is the most noteworthy aspect of this phenomenon.